Hooray! Hello everyone out there in americanski land. I'm Al. We're doing pretty just good in the midst. I say not completely like recharged and replenished, but what I have, I'm grateful for the higher divine entity to got me to this point, for getting me to this point of my life. That I have to learn things even deeply and face some discrepancies, hardships, probably that I thought previously they wouldn't happen. Maybe those hardships are like only designed for the purpose of making us stronger, and as we get through those stumbling blocks and humps and on a way we can that way feel much better in the process of going through them, because that signifies that you're probably prepared, we all prepared for getting through them. Otherwise they wouldn't be happening to us at the current point at a certain point of our lives, I should say. If you agree with my point, leave me a slight like line commenting commenting line in my comment section below, presumably oratorily, I should say, for that purpose, leaving there only for people getting their opinions there. I don't know, maybe, or even maybe you would want to comment me something like, I don't mind about you doing that if you stay and just doing nothing, just watching, not even watching, like probably listen to what I say. So I still don't see any fucking reasons of doing so from your side. If you're my viewer, my occasional viewer, maybe you're a weird subscriber, only weird things are here because if you if you wasn't the weird elephant, you wouldn't be watching this stuff. So I'm not even mistaken, I'm pretty sure about it, because I'm weird elephant myself, and what I tell you is pretty cool. Being weird, being different slightly, or in a big way, even going like on a subtle brink of being reasonable and mindful, and another side of that brink, your childhood ideas lay and your silly attitudes, and you may like jump for joy out of nothing. You may just call your friend and sell shits and flop into his ears, and he will be happy that way as you. And because that connectivity, that signifies that you're on a short like connection, or getting the same picture of life, or paralleling each other, and understanding the life approaching angles of your own, of your friend, and that just comprises the whole like friendship for me, from my perception. What friendships means, what friendships means that you can connect with that person anytime, just literally like didn't try in an irrelevant time, but you're sure, and I'm sure that we can do that, and if you do that, that person will be happy. Together, I have such a friend, or like a friend. I call it friend, but I give too much credit to people. But life sets all the things on their right angles and on their own right places, and lets you know whether they're good at choosing your companions for your life track, whether you were wrong, whether you didn't do it too much or at all, or you were just coasting on that highway of your life, just going lazy to yourself, going not particularly oriented for doing something that's not good in a full picture idea. But it's kind of good if you're like got overwhelmed with some doings of yours. Maybe you've been too persistent to that point, you got weary too much, you wanna just coast along for your life for several days or so. I wouldn't say months, but that occurs that people are slumped for months in order to gather previous condition to get replenished fully, and probably I'm on that track, slightly stepping out of my my good doings way, and that's only out of weariness, and probably if I just even don't want to do something that I like, that is pretty crucial light shedding point that you should take into an account in order for that things not to get worse, because you want to control your doings, you want to control your will, what you do, for what you do, the things you do, and rest is very important, and getting shedding that weirdness at a certain points of your life is very crucially important, because if you don't do that, everything else becomes irrelevant, not needed, not point making, if you will, and not just something you wanna get through that, because the only things that matter are those ones that you do consciously with your with want and with a huge joy full of energy, and that gives you energy in response, and that replenishes your internal batteries, and that stuff happens that way. That's what I learned from my life lessons. And guys, if it's too much for my deep considerations and my deep ideas about what I told you already, that's just me for now can do. Sometimes I tend to overthink things too much, and sometimes I understating something that should have been considered more deeply, but that's just my life. It's like a chess. You may lose. You may lose a certain move. You make you may make a wrong move, but you win in the end if you do that very mindfully and I should say precautiously, and again, like in a very judicious way, and you win in the end. But no one said that those moves all would be like right. You may take a right move, you may take a wrong move, you may do the wrong move, I should say, but you win in the end if you're persistent enough in a life-changing game of your own. And that's what I'm getting through those days. I'm not whining, I'm just trying to keep things directly to the point, as I always try to do. I keep things connected to shits and flops and not another, for you to not overthink what I say here. Just follow. If you're watching me, I'm applauding you. Thanks for doing so, for your own doings. I don't expect you know what you're doing, but I'm practicing my American. That being said, already wrap this shit up. Slaying my floor right now doesn't work out ways anymore. We can do that ways, whatever we want. Be good. I gotta roll as always. As soon as I get something in my mouth, I will be the only again. Thanks for staying tuned for the rest of you know what we're doing. I still fucking know what we're doing, but we're doing good. Be good all the time, and you'll get the right of being good all the time, and saying night and shits and flops all this way that I've been teaching something in this story of tonight, of this scenario, of this storyline. I hope it's been good for something meaningful, not meaning everything at all. Just laugh. Life always matters. Remember that. When I go for my next video, should be good. Guys, also tune in. Thanks again for being just with me, because you matter everything to me in my life. Be good. Thanks again.